Well, it looks like William Scull may potentially be Canelo's next opponent for his annual Cinco de Mayo fight. Oh boy. David Benavidez and Terence Crawford are probably not happy to hear this news and are likely going full on Arthur with their fists right now. Before we get into the details, here's just a quick background story because I know a lot of fans are confused as to who or what the hell is a William Scull and why is he even being considered. So last year, Canelo Alvarez was the undisputed super middleweight champion, right? Meaning he had all 4 titles. But eventually IBF was like, now you gotta face our mandatory, which was William Scull. And Canelo was like, hell nah, I'm gonna go fight whoever I wanna fight. And right now I choose Edgar Berlanga. So he did that, but in the process had to part ways with the International Boxing Federation and drop the title. So fast forward to now, William Scull is currently the IBF super middleweight champion. And if a fight between him and Canelo does happen, and Canelo beats him, which is very likely by the way, then Canelo Alvarez once again becomes undisputed champion. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's just get into the details of what we actually know. So IBF super middleweight champion William Scull has just confirmed that he has now been approached by Team Canelo, and that both teams will officially start negotiations this coming January 10th. Multiple boxing news publications including Ring Magazine are now reporting and have confirmed this news. However, it's also been reported that William Scull is only one of quote, several contenders being considered. And just because he's got a belt with him doesn't necessarily mean that he's the top choice. So in a way, there's still hope that he won't be the final pick, because let's be honest you guys, nobody wants to see this. But let me just point out something. Now, I don't know if you folks noticed this, but like the more fighters chase Canelo and the more you approach him in a way that makes it seem like you're desperate and that you want him, the more he's gonna lead you on and eventually toy with you. I mean, think about it. Like Berlanga, Munguia, they weren't running their mouths saying they wanted Canelo, and yet they got chosen. And when the offer was made, they didn't even argue or make a counter. They were willing to take whatever Canelo gave them, and unfortunately, it's gonna be the same for William Scull. He's just gonna be happy and grateful to have the opportunity to fight Canelo and receive the highest payday he'll ever get. Seriously, like the way I face-palmed myself when I first saw this news, it's just funny because like this whole thing actually reminds me of this girl from college. Like every guy on campus wanted her and she knew that. She was popular and she was fully aware that she was a prize, right? And yet she always ended up going on dates with dudes that no one even knew existed. But I digress. Now, obviously, this is all good news for William Scull. On the other hand, for Terence Crawford and David Benavidez, well, let's just say that their faces are gonna end up looking like sketches from Rage Comics if all negotiations go well between Canelo Alvarez and William Scull. But yes, long story short, William Scull has now been approached by Team Canelo. The first meeting will happen this January 10th. However, once again, things are very fluid, okay? So this doesn't necessarily mean that William Scull will be Canelo's confirmed opponent. However, the fact that he's already been approached puts him a few steps above Crawford or Benavidez in terms of their chances of securing a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Definitely let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please don't forget to click that like and subscribe button for more quick talks.